Hello everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. In today's session we will see about tuple in Python. How to create a tuples, how to access items from tuples, joining tuples and multiplying tuples. So tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. So in the last session we have seen list data type, right? So tuple is also one of the 4 built-in data type in Python which are used to store collections of data. Other three are list, set and dictionary. Set and dictionary we will see in coming session. List we have already seen in previous session, and today we will focus on tuples. So tuple items are ordered, unchangeable and allow duplicate values. Tuple items are indexed. The first item has index 0 whereas the second item has index 1 and so on. Tuples are created using round brackets. So we have seen lists are created by using square brackets whereas tuple are created by using round brackets. So this is a simple example of defining tuple. So we have defined my tuple and these are the values which are held in my tuple. So when we print the my tuple, it will print output like this. Also, when we say that tuples are ordered, that means the items which we have defined, the order in which we have defined the items order, that order will not change once it is defined. Tuples are unchangeable. That means we cannot change, add or remove items after the tuple has been created. Since tuples are indexed, it can have items with the same value. So duplicate values are possible inside tuple. So let's say there is one my tuple, it can hold a duplicate values as well. Now let's see practically how to create a tuple. So let's go to PyCharm. In PyCharm, I am creating a new file, new Python file. Let's name it as tuple part1 demo, and it has created a tuple part1 demo.py file. So we will see how to create a tuple. So I am just going to define one simple tuple, my tuple, which holds the value of numbers. So this tuple is holding values which are in numeric format. Let's define one more tuple, my tuple 2 equals to, then round brackets, and then we will add some string values in it. So my tuple is containing numeric values, my tuple 2 is containing string values. Let's define one more tuple, my tuple, let's name it as my tuple 3, which can hold combination of numeric as well as string. And now we can also define empty tuple as well. So I am going to define one empty tuple. So how we can define it? So I am going to name it as my tuple 4 equals to, we can simply mention tuple, so it will create a empty tuple. There is one more way we can define empty tuple by simply mentioning round brackets only. So it will also create empty tuple. So now let's print this value. So I'm just going to run this file. So when we run tuple one part1 dot demo file, so when we execute this file, so okay, so we haven't used print statement, that's why output is not displaying on console. So what we can do, we can simply use print, and let's print all the tuple values. So let's print my tuple 1, my tuple 2, my tuple 3, my tuple 4, and last one is my tuple phi. So let's execute this file. So when we run it, we can simply the output here. So first one is my tuple, which is containing only the numeric values. Second one containing all the string values. Third one is containing, that is my tuple 3, which is combination of number as well as string type data. And my tuple 4 and my tuple 5, these are basically empty tuple. So we have defined empty tuple which holds no value, that is an empty. So this is how simply we can create tuple in Python. Now next thing which we can see, that how to access items from tuple. So we know that tuple are index, right? So every tuple item has index. So first item is having index position as 0. Similarly, next one is having index position as 1. So let's say apple is having index position of 0. Similarly, orange will be having index position of 1. Banana is having index position of 2. Cherry is having index position of 3 in this my tuple. Similarly, we can have negative index as well. So if we try it from the reverse way, the last item cherry is having index position of -1. Banana is having index position of -2. Orange will be having index position of -3. So let's see practically. So I am just commenting this part of code. And let's define one tuple. So I have defined my tuple which contains apple, mango and banana value. Now I want to access mango from this my tuple. So mango is at which index position? So 0 and 1. So mango is at first index position. So I have to just mention print my tuple, then square bracket, and let's mention the index position. So when we run this file, it will print mango, right? Because mango is present at first index position. Similarly, if we mention 0, then it will print apple, right? Because apple is at 0th position. Similarly, we can also mention negative index as well. So negative index means -1 means the element present at last position. So if we mention -1, it will simply print banana because banana is present at last position. If we mention -2, then it will print second last item, that is mango. So let's print my tuple of -2, it will print mango, that is the second last item. So this is how we can simply access tuple elements from using index. Next topic is accessing items from tuple with range of indexes. So let's say I am just going to simply copy this tuple. I am commenting this part of code. Let's simply put this my tuple, and we can simply use similar to list. In list also we have seen that, right? So we can use range of index to access the specific tuple items from our original tuple. So when we say print my tuple starting index and ending index, so starting index is 2, that means 0, 1, 2. It will start with banana and up to 4, but end index is not included, right? So it is always n-1. So if it is 4, that means it will go up to 3, right? n-1, 4 minus 1, that is 3. So it will go up to third index position, right? So 0, 1, 2 and 3. Cherry is at third position. Banana is at second position. So it will print output as banana and cherry, right? So I am just going to simply use, or I simply copying this part of the code, and let's paste it here. So first one is 2 and 4. So 2 means banana and 4 means 4 minus 1, that is 3. So 0, 1, 2 and 3, cherry. So it will print banana and cherry. Similarly, print my tuple 1 and 5. So if you mention the start index as 1, that means it will start with 0 and 1, that is orange. It will start with orange and it will print up to 5, that means 5 minus 1, 4, right? So which item is present at 4th position? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it will print mango, right? Let's execute this file. So first one is banana cherry, right? Second one is from orange up to mango. Third one is by using negative index. So we know the starting index is -4. So which item is present at -4 position? So -1, -2, -3, -4. Banana is present at -4 position. And end index is -1, but end index is always n minus 1, that is -1 -1, that is -2. So -2 position is of mango, so it will print from banana to mango, right? So banana to mango, it is printing from banana to mango. If we use starting index, if you don't mention any starting index here, so if you don't mention any starting index and just mention the end index, so by default it will consider the starting item, that is apple, which is at 0th index position. So it is ideally 0 to 3. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. So up to apple to cherry. So it will print, end index is always n minus 1. So not cherry, 3 minus 1, that is 2. So apple, orange and banana. So it will print up to apple, orange and banana. Next is my tuple 2. So starting index is 2. End index is not there. That means it will go up to last element. So 2 means 0, 1 and 2. It will start with banana and it will end with kiwi, right? So this is how it is printing the entire list from entire tuple elements from banana to kiwi. So this is how we can simply access the elements by using range of indexes. Now one more thing which we have to remember is whenever we create tuple, right? So whenever we create tuple, let's say I'm just going to create a tuple with only one item. So we have to remember one thing, that we have to use comma. Let's say I am defining one tuple apple, but I am not mentioning the comma here. So if we try to print, so it is not a tuple actually. So if we try to print type of my tuple, so when we print type of my tuple and let's see the output, it will print class as string, right? So it is not a tuple. So we have to mention comma whenever we are defining a tuple with only single value. In this situation, it will be considered as tuple. So now if I run it again, so it will simply say class tuple, right? So we have to remember that whenever we are defining a tuple with only single value, to create a tuple with only one item, you have to add a comma after the item. Otherwise, Python will not recognize it as a tuple. So my tuple, whenever we use only single item, we have to mention the comma as well. If you don't mention the comma, it will be not considered as a tuple. It will not be considered as tuple. So we have seen how to access item from tuple. We have also seen how to access items from tuple with range of indexes. Now let's see accessing all the items from tuple by using for loop. So just I am going to use the same tuple here. So I am just copying this and let's go to PyCharm. Let's define one tuple and I want to access all the items. So I will simply use for loop for I in, I can simply define my tuple, for I in my tuple, then colon print I. So what it will do, this I will contain the first value in first iteration and it will print apple value. Then it will check for the next element and orange will be stored in I. It will print I, that means it will print orange. Similarly in the next iteration it will print banana up to kiwi, right? So after kiwi the iteration will be completed. So when we execute this file, all the elements will be accessed, right? So from apple to kiwi, each and every element will be printed one by one. So this is how we can use for loop. It is similar to list only. So we can use for loop and to access all the elements from tuple. Next is how to determine if a specific item is present in tuple by using in keyword. What we can do, so let's go to PyCharm. Let's say I want to check if apple is present in my tuple or not. So how we can do that? I can simply use if condition, if apple, and then we can use in operator. If apple in my tuple, then let's print apple is present, else print apple is not present. So by this way, by using in operator, it will check whether apple is present in my tuple. If it is present, then it will go into if condition and it will print apple is present. So in this situation it is printing apple is present. And let's say we remove the apple from our my tuple. So in this situation apple is not present, right? So if apple is not present in my tuple, it will simply print apple is not present. So this is how we can use in operator to check if specified item is present in tuple or not. Next topic is how to join a tuple. Let's say we can simply join tuple 1 and tuple 2 by using plus operator, right? By using plus operator, we can simply combine two tuples. Now let's go to PyCharm. Let's use the same example. So I'm just simply copying this code. I'm just commenting this part. Okay, so we have tuple 1 which contains A, B and C. We have tuple 2 which contains the numeric value. And if I want to concatenate or I want to join these two tuples, so tuple 1 and tuple 2, I want to join them. So I can simply use plus operator and I am storing that entire tuple into tuple 3. So when we print tuple 3, it will simply print combination of tuple 1 and tuple 2. So it will create a new tuple 3, that is the combination of tuple 1 and tuple 2. So this is how we can simply use plus operator to join two or more tuples. Now let's move to next topic, that is how to multiply a tuple. So we can simply multiply the tuple or the content of tuple by given number of times by using the asterisk operator. Right? It is the asterisk. So by using this asterisk operator or star operator, we can simply multiply it. For example, if fruits contain apple, banana and cherry, and if you use my tuple equals to fruits into 2, so it will multiply by 2 times. So whenever we print my tuple, every value will be repeated twice, right? So let's see practically. So I'm just going to simply use the same code in PyCharm. I'm just commenting this code. Let's try to see the multiplication of tuple. So fruits containing apple, banana and cherry. Then my tuple equals to fruits into 2. And when we print this my tuple and let's see the output, so it will define, it will multiply every value by 2, right? So apple, banana and cherry multiplied by 2. If you see, if you make it 3, then it will multiply by 3 times. So let's execute again. So we can see it is multiplied 3 times, right? Apple, banana, cherry, apple, banana, cherry, apple, banana and cherry. If we make it 4, then it will multiply by 4 times, right? So it is multiplied by 4 times. So this is how we can use asterisk or star operator to multiply the content of a tuple. So let's revise one more time what we have seen so far. So we have seen the tuples basically are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Tuples are one of the 4 built-in data type in Python. We have also list, set and dictionary. Tuples items are ordered, unchangeable and allow duplicate values. So when we say that tuples are ordered, that means the items have a defined order and that will not change. Tuples are unchangeable. That means we cannot change, add or remove items after the tuple has been created. Since tuples are indexed, it can have items with the same value. We have seen how to create a tuple with one item. So whenever we create a tuple with one item, we have to remember that we have to put comma after that item, right? Otherwise it will not be considered as a tuple. We can create tuple by multiple ways. So we have seen how to create a tuple with numeric values, string values, combination of numeric and string values, how to create an empty tuple, right? How to access item from tuple, that we have seen. We can simply access the tuple items by using index number. We can also use range of index to access the multiple items in the range. We have used for loop to access all the items. We have also seen how to determine a specified item is present by using in keyword. We have also seen how to join tuples. Then we have seen how to multiply tuples. In the coming session, we will see some more topic about tuples. So thanks for watching this video.